So my background, I have about 18 plus years in technology and information technology, software development, electronics. So I've always had a technical background. So I've loved that. That's my passion, like to create things, specifically out of metal, ideally. So I kind of wanted to marry my passion and interest in creating things. And if I couldn't create a company whereby I could create a product line of some sort, I figured it would be nice to kind of create a prototype space where people could come in and actually just try to do things.
I come from a technology background. I have almost 30 years in technology. The last 10 years before here, I spent as Director of Global Information Systems for a large manufacturing company. I've just always been interested in what's new. Back in high school, I took electricity and electronics, and they moved way too slow for me. So I'd go home at night and I'd just teach myself the rest of the electronics I needed to know. So I was, by the time I was halfway through grade 10, I was building cable descramblers for people. And I was always interested in just learning what's new and learning what's different. And when a new technology pops up, I want to see it, I want to explore it, and I want to play with it.
The idea behind NewMakeIt was, well, the three founders, myself, Ryan, and Bob, we're all create makers ourselves, folks that like to create things. So we've done this in our garages, and we've known of spaces like this that have existed in Toronto and area. So we wanted something to exist in the New York region, and we knew that there are people like ourselves that wanted a space like this.
I'd heard of maker spaces already 5, 6, 7 years ago, something like that. And I loved the concept, I loved the idea, and I wanted to join one. But at the time, there was nothing. There was nothing in Toronto. There was nothing up here. There was really nothing anywhere. So I thought, oh well, I'll just wait and see if something ever comes up. They started to pop up a few small ones started to pop up in Toronto, but there was really nothing up here. And then fast forward several years, I thought, well, if nothing's going to come here, I'd love to create one, but I couldn't do it on my own. It's way too big a task.
I mean, we scrambled quite a bit to pull off a few things. At least it seems everything came together at the 11th hour for us. So we started almost 2 years ago just fleshing this out as an idea in our minds and figuring out business plan-wise, how could we make this fly?
So we wound up getting together, and then we kind of worked over it a few different ways for a number of months, and then came up with an idea that would work. So then we talked to Newmarket, we talked to York Region. When York Region found out about it, they actually got kind of excited because they wanted something like this in York Region. So they came back to us and said, hey, we know of this grant from Ontario and we wonder if you meet the criteria. So they sent it to us and said, yes, you do. So we had to write this entire grant in about 15 days, something like that. And we wound up getting it, and that's how we were able to get the seed to get started.
The vision is more or less what we intended it to be. I think the difference would be we've gone more in the economic development route. I think initially it was more just a maker space, a shared workspace for creating things, ideas, projects. I think we kind of knew in a very small way we'd like to take it the economic development route. So that's happened, I think, sooner than we probably anticipated, but it's been a nice occurrence, because that's where we want to get to as well. That's why we add value. It's not just the fact that we're enable people to create something here, but it's also that if you want to get a business in flight, you can do so in a very cost-effective manner. As
we put this together, we came up with the co-working and the education and the makerspace and bringing them all together. We had an idea of what worked, but we weren't really sure. So it really became the community that helped guide the change and growth of NewMakeIt. What works, what doesn't, what people want, what they want to see, and what helps foster the community and kind of grow NewMakeIt at the same time.
I just love to see people come in here and get things going. This space enables people to start the possible for themselves, whatever that may be. Some people have ideas of doing projects that cater to a hobby that they're interested in or do. Some people want to create an idea because it's a business they want to start. Some people are doing a project they're working on because it's another service or product they're offering from an existing business they have today. So all these folks have needs to create something. They need equipment and resources to get this started. So I have a lot of fun with seeing these people get their ideas in flight. So I like to see, this people come in our environment here at NewMakeIt and be productive and able to realize their dreams. We really are that, we're dream makers, I guess, in some way, shape, or form.
And when I see people come in and, whether they're a hobbyist that's creating something new, or whether they're an entrepreneur that has been able to get a start and become successful because we exist, that's really what inspires me. So it's the people here, it's the community here, it's that we're doing something to help people that excites me, keeps me going.
We definitely want to scale, grow, not for scale and growth's sake, but really to offer more services. I would love to see us transition to a bigger facility whereby we could actually support what I call micro manufacturers or boutique manufacturing.
It's always been our plan that we would take NewMakeIt, we would grow it so that there's room for everybody in the community. I mean, to me, this is still our seed. We're still growing this seed. I'd like to see it where we could have, much larger companies form because we're here, because we gave them that start.